The pressure is building, and we must act to provide real relief to our students and young graduates now. In the coming weeks, I will join with my colleagues to introduce legislation to do just that. Legislation that will allow eligible borrowers with high interest loans to refinance at interest rates that are at least as low as those currently being offered to new borrowers in the federal student loan program. The idea is pretty simple. When interest rates are low, homeowners can refinance their mortgages. Big corporations can swap more expensive debt for cheaper debt. Even state and local governments have refinanced their debts. But a graduate who took out an unsubsidized loan before July 1st of this year is locked into an interest rate of nearly 7%. Older loans run 8%, 9%, and even more. Last year, Congress agreed that those interest rates were much too high, so they lowered them significantly for this year's borrowers. But that change does nothing for the millions who are trapped under the old high interest rate loans. Refinancing those old loans would lower interest rates to 3.86% for undergraduate loans. The savings would vary, of course. For a recent graduate who borrowed the maximum, payments would drop by as much as $1,000 a year, and total interest could be cut nearly in half. We don't need to add a single dime to our deficit to pay for this plan. Right now, this country essentially taxes students by charging high interest rates that bring money into the government, while at the same time we give away far more money through a tax code riddled with loopholes and let the wealthiest individuals and corporations avoid paying a fair share. We can close those loopholes and put the money directly into refinancing student loans. We can start with the Buffett rule, a rule that would limit tax loopholes for the wealthy and ensure that billionaires pay at least as much as their secretaries. For every new dollar that we bring in by stitching up this loophole, it can go directly into reducing the cost of student loans for our students. Dollar for dollar, we can invest in billionaires or we can invest in our students. Refinancing student loans won't fix everything that's broken in the higher education system, but it's a huge step forward. I was the first person in my family to graduate from college. I went to a commuter college where the tuition was $50 a semester. I went to a public law school where I got a great education. I was able to do that because I grew up in a country that chose investing in kids over investing in billionaires. I believe in that America, and I believe in what we can do when we work together to build opportunities for everyone who busted their tail to get an education.